Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. Hopefully you guys can hear me and audio and video is working fine. If that is so, please type yes AV so I'll know. Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. Hopefully you guys can hear me and audio and video is working fine. If that is so, please type yes AV so I'll know. Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. Hopefully you guys. Okay, so as of now, the incognito window does give the current idea that things are working fine. I have muted it, so audio and video should be fine. People have started to watch it. Anybody can type anything, so that will give some confirmation. Subscriber mode only, that should be the case. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about this puppy. So this is the sixth book, I think, that I have finished, and I just finished it recently. And this book had one of the highest resonance with me. So this is what we're gonna talk about. Is audio video working? Somebody please type yes AV so I'll know that audio and video is working. So not a single person. Concurrent view audio video is working. Anyway, so one thing I would recommend to all of you is read books, does not matter which one. Read something, anything, especially nowadays, especially younglings being basically the first time you're getting a job or things into that, because you have to understand nowadays we are too simulated by this sort of puppy known as black box. In those sort of scenario, you do need something that can ground it down, and you have to understand this aspect very crucially is that we humans do need some relaxed time, so to say. So sort of level AV. Okay, so I think as of now audio video is working, so okay, cool. So that being said, you have to be very mindful and very aware of it, is that if you keep relying on your black box too much, this will have penalty on your mind. Basically you will be hyper stimulated and always tired without even realizing it. I have noticed this, that whenever I read this and all that, and when I put it down, I'm like, okay, I spent some amount of energy, some amount of effort, and I got something out of it. And when I'm just scrolling mindlessly on a mobile phone, time goes away, but I do not feel either refreshed, but I do feel tired, but not too tired, but like, it's such an ugly position to be, where it's like I don't even know, but my whole day evaporated. So for that reason, I have to say, for modern times, it's really wise for, well, almost all of you to actually read something, anything, any book, any publication, any language. Do read it. Now again, right now I've been going through some tough time, some harsh weather, let's just put it that way. So in that sort of time, I'm reading through a lot of books that are specifically focused on basically self-help. And although I'm not sure how can we quantify psychology of money, but it was my first book, and then it led me down to a system setup. Is the Atlas Shrugged book that you were talking about in the Hindi language? No. This is not Atlas Shrugged. Atlas Shrugged is a more of a storybook from Ayn Rand. It was written during the almost at the tail end of Soviet Union, and it was a basically critique of that sort of thinking that led to communism. And certain movies have been made, but there is one time they made 3 movies of that book, and they keep changing the actors, so it's not very concurrent, but you will find some essence to it. And in terms of philosophy, in terms of psychology, it's on a whole different level. Like, it's a genuinely very respected work of basically literature. Like, although penalty it's big, it's heavy, it's dense. Like, there is a character who is giving a speech like what is money and all that, and that speech is freaking 3 hour long. Like, there are audiobooks of it, and YouTube you can almost hear it. It's like, it's very dense, so I'm scared of it trying to read it right now. So it's one of those things that as I'll get more comfortable with reading books, because again, when I started, like, even reading one paragraph a day was like, whoa. Now I can actually, if I want to, I can sit down and might as well finish this sort of book in like 2-3 days. Again, I still do not have that sort of patience where I start a book in the morning and finish it at the evening. I can do that, I can even find the time, but it's just like I don't have that. So right now I'm more in that, like, snippet, basically morning tea. I generally do this. and I do utilize a lot of marker highlighters. It reminds me of my old days of class 12, K-12, I think you guys call it in USA. During that time, whenever I used to study psychology books and self-study, because everything I did mostly on self-study, so I had to read a lot of books. In that sort of scenario, I found it that it was like, eesh. Marker was very helpful. So one thing you have to understand, depending on where you are in life, the books, self-help books, story books, or things of this nature, all of them are a song. They are basically like a songs, and songs are all about personal resonance. You could literally have someone who can listen to all of Linkin Park songs and nothing happens to them. It's just like, meh, it's a song, it's a cool song, but like, nothing resonates. While they could just listen to some random weird artist that like, nobody has heard, but they're like, dude, they cry, they like the emotions and all that things happen. So for that reason, you have to understand, it's your playlist, it's your thing. Meaning, I can say this book is good, you could read it and you're like, hey, this is awesome. You could even have higher resonance with this book than I did, or you could even have worse. Like, it's like, okay, cool, but did not resonate. So you should not get discouraged by it, nor you should be like, okay, expect to have that every time. It's like expecting to listen every song and hoping that every song becomes like, your symphony, so to say. That's not going to happen. You have to be a bit realistic about that. Geopolitics and international affairs should be taught in Indian high schools, just the basic to get the context of world around us. I do think that is good, but that's what we do teach, right? At least on paper, that's what we do teach in social studies. It's just that it's not very useful, but we do teach it. So can you please tell about model number and company of your 3D printer, and how long have you been following it as a hobby? I've been following it for a few years now. Oh, coming of 3D printer, just now you have to understand. I bought my tripod. It's a big, beefy Digitech tripod, DTR528BH, 520BH. So this tripod requires certain plates. So this plate, I got two of the plates. So one plate has this mobile holder permanently locked. Again, I can remove it, but I don't. It's just like, this is what it is. And then I have one plate on my DSLR. That's it. I do not touch it. Now, here's the, I have this light. You guys can see the light. You see, so light, like my brother had this light, and the light was defective. So I like, okay, I'll take it off of him, and then I tried to repair it. It did work. Now I wanted to have a plate so I can mount it on a tripod, and it's a very stable thing. I ordered a freaking tripod, this thing, and this is one of the very irritating experiences I have. Whenever you are trying to buy something that is bit niche, bit off, there is a very high chance that you can find something that has the right image. You can look, verify, double check everything, text is also right, and you order, something else comes. And I got that, and I'm like, okay, what the hell is this? It was completely different. The plate that I got was more akin to the plate. I wanted a plate like this, and I selected a plate like this. I took the images, everything. I verified that plate I'm ordering is like this. I got plate something similar to this. Not this one. This one is my older tripod, but something similar to this. And I was like, what the hell? And then I returned it. I got the same thing again. And then I was like, okay, thankfully today they did collected it for return, and I think they have refunded the money, but it will, because I think I used credit card, it will come a few days later, but that did happen. Now, this is what you have to understand. People say now that magic that you are looking for generally lies into the work that you are avoiding. I wanted to 3D print this long ago. Like, I really wanted to 3D print this, but I was like, okay, this is a complex geometry. How the heck I'm gonna dimension it? Do I have the? But today morning, I was just like fed up. I was like, what the hell? I got frustrated, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna open the goddamn file, Fusion 360. I'm gonna model it. I modeled it in like 1 hour. That's it. That's how long it took. Because again, I was so fed up. I was like, okay, let's just do it. I did it, and voila, I did it, and that's what's working right now. Again, I'm not very happy with it, because I made this plate very thin, 2 mm rather than 5 mm what it's supposed to be. So it's a bit flimsy, but again, the fitment and all that, it just works. So I'm like, huh, I was avoiding the work. So this is one of those things where he was like, pushing through sometimes just sorts your problem. I could have saved 1 week if I had just directly done that, but such is life. So I'm addicted to smoking. It is bad. Well, then why are you telling me? You know what you have to do. Why are you telling me? Like, here's the deal. I do not give a damn about health. I give a damn about your purse. It's like, and again, my biggest shock that happened like 6, 7 years ago when I was in Bangalore is that during that time, one of my friend used to be a smoker, chain smoker, like heavy smoker, like a pack of cigarette a day. And he asked me, I was going to his house, he was like, can you please bring a cigarette pack? I used to think that those things used to cost 10 rupees, 20 rupees. It was like 150 rupees. And that day I calculated how much money he was burning. It was like almost 80,000 rupees per year. And I'm like, no, no, sir. No, thank you. I do not even have that kind of investment. It's like I am not suggesting somebody to burn that kind of money. Just put that in your like freaking nifty 50, and 10 years later you'll be rich. Okay, you will be freaking rich. So I'm like, no. And you know it, if it's wrong, then it's up to you. You have to wake up, and some point you have to decide whether it's like, bro, do I really need to destroy my sex life? Do I really need to destroy my lungs? And do I really need to shorten my lifespan while also becoming poor? Or do I just wake up and be a man and solve this issue? So choice is yours. One book I would like to recommend, Hints of Self Culture. Huh. Interesting. By large recommended Jimmy Guruji, one page equal to one book. Interesting. No, no, we do not teach it. Not even a single chapter about it in NCERT class 10. I think it's there, man. That's what social study is. That's what social study is, right? Like how the politics works and all that. In principle, again, in principle, that's what it is. Although I do have some good feedback for my community. It's like I'm really happy that again, in this English channel I've got like much fewer comments, but compared to my Hindi channel. But in my Hindi channels, I'm very happy that a lot of people really understood what I was talking about when I was talking about the tariff video, because again, tariff was like a Trump is tariff, Trump is like, tariff is a freaking tool. Tool is neither good nor bad. It depends on the user and do you have plan about it, and people understood it. I was very happy. Same, that's why the same intent I wanted to bring here with basically right now the current hot topic, foreign aid. And again, that's why I wanted to clarify. People are like, okay, why should I care? It's like, no, you have to care. Whether you like it or not, you have to care, because you have market, you have free trade. It does get affected by what happens on the other side of the planet. You have to care. And as of now, I have to say that people have shown that they can learn. And although some people are extremely radicalized, but like for example, news channel in USA, they are like, Trump is not doing anything. These are the same news channel is like, he wants to deport so many people. It's like deportation is bad, blah 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 blah. And these are the same people, same person. Okay, same person. Deportation is bad. Trump is not doing that much deportation. He's doing less than Obama. It's like Obama was a Democrat. Obama was a freaking Democrat. Why the heck you are fighting against your own team? So it's one of those things where their radicalization is so much that they do not think what the person is doing. They are like, the person bad, meaning anything he does, it's bad. Basically, person saves little girls, it's like bad. It's like, that's not how life works. And that's why I keep saying everything. Generally, most things are a tool, and depending on the user, either it's good or bad. And even if when you're coming to books or about learning or about absorbing knowledge, all of those, is things of this nature where you have to understand. It's just like you have to be the wise one where you can extract the gold and reject the rejects. Like you have to be that one. Where it's like, let's say Jordan Peterson, he says some really good stuff. I'm like, cool, awesome. Then he said, get married. I'm like, reject that bullshit. And I'm like, take the good shit, reject the bad shit, done. So you have to do that. At some point, you have to become that. So even in my channel, I could have some topics where you're like, hey, I like this one. I do not like that. Again, whether it's right or wrong, that's out of the question. What matters is whether you think it's right or wrong. Because again, we are all are driven by internal compass. So at that point in time, if you are like becomes violent and agitated and very angry, then you are doing something wrong. If like, hey, I like what he says about this, I dislike about this, cool. That's life. That's how it's supposed to be. I have no idea how the heck humanity became so radicalized where it's like, either you have to agree 100% or you have to disagree 100%. It's like, that's not how life works. So that's all right. What are the shortcomings of CV engine? It has to be in multiple of 2 cylinders. That's one of the things. Packaging wise, it's not a very small compact packaging. Packaging is an issue. It does become more effective the more cylinders you put, like basically 2-cylinder, 4-cylinder, now you're talking. So it does have certain unique quirks, but fundamentally it has enough benefits to justify that sort of investment and risk that we are taking on it. But social studies is not compulsory subject. How the heck it's not there? It's a default in board, CBSE board. Social studies is like, it comes in SST. So I do not know, you may be talking about something else. So Your type video was tough class. Yeah, that's why I keep. I mean, why so many people are rejecting messages? It's like Deepak has rejected both messages. Anit Singh has rejected messages. It's like if you keep rejecting, how the heck I'm gonna talk about anything? Anyway, so it's one of those things that cigarette is expensive, so especially black filter and more. Dude, why are you telling me then? Why are you telling me? It's like you're telling me that look how stupid I am. It's like that's not a good thing to share. It's not a good thing to share. Are you relative who moved to USA? Are you still in contact with them? What's their viewpoint on US? Are they happy there in America? Dream is just a myth. Again, they just moved there, as in like only maybe 1 year or 2 year has happened, and again they are not planning to come back, so they are happy. So it is what it is. And again, it also you also have to understand which city. You have to understand USA physically is much larger, much larger. Like it's so large. Like in India, we have one time zone, and it's good enough. You have half an hour offset if you are like doing it geographically compared to doing it national wise. But okay, it's okay. In USA, you have 5 time zones. So you could literally be in a place where it's like, it's hot as India and it freezes, barely freezes, and other places where it's so cold, it's like Alaska. So you have to understand, USA could have literally different diversity in terms of physical geography, so to say. And because everybody freaking goes to America, be it Mexican, be it Chinese, be it Japanese, be it Indian, be it Pakistani, be it every Tom, Dick, and Harry, it's a melting pot. So depending on which location you are in, you could have a very good experience or you could have like horrendous experience. And because thankfully they are not in the popular city like New York, they are having okay experience. So, and again, the very easy way of like, are they planning to come back? Yes or no? Most, I don't even think there is a chance of coming back. So, ta-da, good or bad, done. Another aspect is another friend who shifted to USA. He just got his, after 4 years of struggle, he finally got his permanent residency. Now he's a permanent citizen. So again, people, if he goes through that, I do not have to ask after that point whether it's like, do you think it's a good thing or bad thing? If you went through that, and again, you have to pay a lot of money to get that. If you go through that, that simply means it's a really, worthwhile in your opinion. So we do connect people. We need knowledge, and they give it the way we want because somewhere we match the personality like ours. Do we connect? Again, that's a very childish way of approaching the world. That's okay if you are a teenager, but you have to evolve beyond that. That's nothing bad, but that's like more like a, how you see things black and white in the early days, and then you have to evolve to a point where it's like, no, there is far more nuance into it, far more variability, so to say. It's like, again, when I early days, more engine, more horsepower, there is like, no, you have to reduce the RPM so you have longer lasting life. Again, so a lot of other variables open up. The more you know into dive deep into something, the more variables come in. More is like, whoa. Like for example, right now I just for last few days I've been consuming a lot of Monroe Live EV teardown, specifically the financial side of it, basically how many parts. And one engineer talked about something very amazing. It's like people talk about internal combustion engine has 700 moving parts and your electric vehicle has only one part. He said somebody in marketing come up with that. In real life, that's not the same. It's like he told that, like, and again, how do you count moving parts? Basically anything moving relatively. So if you have a ball bearing, it's not one moving part. You have every ball will be counted and the cage will be counted as a different part. So because again, the race, inside race, the outside race, they are static to their local region. Where the movement is happening is the balls. So if you have 12 balls, so okay, you have 12 moving part plus the cage. So 13 moving part in that. And again, you will have seal also. So all of that, then you count up, it's like, oh yeah, electric vehicle also has like 500, 600 in their transmission. I'm like, I did not thought of that. I did not even thought of, and again, then they specify, yeah, you could literally have a, let's say normal, nothing fancy, normal timing chain based engine, and the timing chain will have that many links. So yeah, it's fundamentally, yes, you do have less part, but not that one part and done. It's like, that I just learned that today. So, you have to reach a point where it's like you absorb as much as you can and reject something that is bad. And you have to be far more fluid about things. Do you watch Dancing Robot video on channel? And most of them were actresses, man. Like you can see the plastics that was stuck on there. They were actresses. Can you share their viewpoints? What do you think? Things of the things they don't like. That's okay. Major Gaurav RS says that F-35 is better than Su-50. Your opinion? See, are you buying it? Like, really, think about it. Are you buying it? Are you affecting that decision in any way, shape, or form? Like, you really have to think about it. It's like these are military technology. You do not have any data about that. Okay, nobody has any data about it. It's classified within classified with some extra classified, and not to mention only the pilots who are in the cockpit, they know full about everything. Nobody else knows that. Now, again, how can we verify which country is better and all that? Again, USA goes boom boom in basically Iran. At that point in time, it was ranked 4. Israel? No, Iran. Yeah, Iraq. Sorry. Iraq. It goes boom boom on Iraq, and Iraq at that point was ranked 4 in air defense. It had all Soviet Union air defense, or Russian at that point in time, and somehow they had tanks, everything Soviet Union, everything Russian made, and they folded in 24 hours. 1 week, basically, they ran through 1 week. They just spent more time finding the system, and they could not manage the guerrilla phase of it. Basically, in terms of war, army to army, they're like, bro, there is no discussion. Now, same thing should have happened when Russia went into Ukraine, but 13 basically first few days only Ukraine bitch slapped them, and then they started to push them back. 1-2 months they started to push them back enough, and only if America and all of the Western allies dumped all the ammunition in day one, they would have, this war would have been over. Russia would have lost, but they are like, no, we have to bleed Russia. It's like, it's mean, but I understand in terms of geopolitics why they are doing it. It's like it's a much more long-term solution. It's like, oh, if this country keeps creating dictators, which one a dictator after another, yeah, you have to terminate the country. How do you terminate the country? Remove the male population. How do you remove the male population? Well, give them delusion of war where they can win, so they will fight 8-year war in Chechnya, and their male population, like every country has a population like this, butterfly population. So you fold them, it will be completely matched, men and women. There will be slight mismatch generally in elder section, where it's like you will have far more elderly ladies than you will have elderly men, but nothing more. Like, it should be a okay like scenario. In Russia, it's offset because they have lost so many male soldiers, and again, that's the same reason why Soviet Union collapsed, because of how many men they lost in Afghanistan, and same thing happened in Chechnya, and the same thing is happening in Ukraine, and Ukraine is so bad that they will just like poof. Which countries? I told you, Australia. Again, many countries will take much longer, and again, also depends people and the clearance they have. Like, many countries have that. Why do you underestimate nukes? Everybody has it. That's why. And again, nukes never stopped any war. That's the whole point. In the early days of basically when that Japan surrender happened, everybody was thinking that we will not have wars because we have nukes. We still have wars. Every other day we have wars. It's like, it's not that big of a thing. Is it good to have more migrants? If it's explained to me how much. Again, it depends on the country, depends on the situation, depends. Like, you are asking, it's like voltage, like, does not mean anything. What do you want to do with it? For example, do you want to charge your mobile phone? I would never recommend go above 48 volt. Why? Because that's classified as live voltage once you cross 48 volt. And again, if a child chew through the cable, it should not get electrocuted. So below 48 volt, that's USB-C power delivery. You are talking about electric vehicle, the voltage at that point you have to have very high voltage. But again, you also have how much high voltage depends how much money you are willing to spend. Because let's say, like, I want 1000 volt, cool, awesome, but your insulation becomes very expensive. So it's always like that. It's never just like, what if this? It's stupid. If you are asking that, that means you are not crunching the idea. Like, freaking read a book. That's how you will start to expand your vision, where you're like, start to crunch the goddamn idea. Do not just like, duh. Crunch, cut, crunch the idea. I think you are in love with European. Everybody says that. It's like, bro, I have lived, I have the luxury that not all of you have yet, where I have talked with people, like native people, not like my relatives who went there. Native people, native Australian, native American, just like freaking a week. I spent a week with them. So I have the, actual luxury of talking to people with different mindset and different worldview. And that's why I'm like, okay with it. It's like, okay. And again, why I have such a dark view of India? Again, I say the same thing that I say to everyone in every video. Go to family court near you. And again, it's not better in USA, but at least they have balls to respect. It's like, okay, at least you can get a divorce. In India, F you. Like right now, for example, Supreme Court, just few days ago, they are like, okay, wife can bring some child from someone else. It's her life, her choice. You cannot get a divorce. You still have to pay alimony. It's like, again, alimony is same in USA, but you will get divorced without any questions. So And now you tell me, do you understand or not understand why I have such a worldview on that? Where is anti-natalism? Again, only you are asking about that. Nobody else is interested. I almost thought about making it, but then I realized only 5 or 10 people want to watch it. Nobody else want to watch it. People always caught in authority fallacy bias. Some tips to help in that. Again, look into mathematics and zoom out. Look into mathematics and zoom out. That's the easiest way of doing that. And again, science, the only way we know science is true, it's simply because we utilize prediction. Basically, science, we do not know. Okay, E equal to MC. You do not know. I do not know. You can write 10,000 numbers in paper. Does not mean anything. You build a nuclear reaction experiment, then it's like, okay, it's truth. You build a boom. Yeah, it's true. You build a reactor. Yeah, it's true. So same goes everything like that. When you move out, if you really get a chance to immigrate to any country, again, I do not know which country. I do need some services that has to be legal there. Germany has it legal. Australia, my friend is saying it's illegal there. So let's see. Could you tell about M-Disk technology and basic you have told earlier? M-Disk. Oh, okay, yeah. Unfortunately, I think Sony has just stopped the production about Blu-ray. I have detailed video about that, my man. Like detailed video. Multiple of them, not just one of them, multiple of them. I'm also going to save all important data this week. It's reliable. See, it's reliable. Nothing is absolutely reliable. It's better than nothing else. That's all you're getting. Do not think like, oh, I put my data and forget about it. No, you put your data, you checked after 10 years, then you hopefully you have multiple copies, and if one of them fail, you replace the copy. You cannot have like, oh, I put it and forget about it. We have not reached that point. The only technology that at least on principle can do that is M-Disk. Another is, which again I have some hope that it could become a real thing, is Microsoft Silica project. Again, 5D data, glass data storage, which again I have made a detailed video about that. But again, I do not expect that technology to become for basically consumer level. More likely it's like a data center level technology. How far we are away implementing AI in bureaucracy? Not likely. Do you know how enterprise risk management helps in all areas of businesses, social life, and more? Does Europe not have family court? They have, but they will not stop your divorce. They will not stop. And see, in India, it's like, I'm gonna destroy your life and then I'm gonna piss on you. In Europe, they are like, okay, I'm gonna destroy your life. That's it. Not piss on you. We keep talking about like culture and bullshit and more bullshit, and then they're like, no, your wife can have sex with anyone else because that's the culture in India. I'm like, you see the bureaucracy bullshit on this? At that point in time, it's like, bro, at least they are honest about it. Like, be honest about it. So, bro, that legal service is also available in USA. You just have to, no, it's not legal. See, again, legal means I do not have to worry about it. Think about it. I do not want to worry about it. I do not want to, it's like this and that. I want like, do not worry about it. Just chillax. That chillax is in Germany and Australia. I want that chillax. How can you master communication? Can you explain things easily? Again, practice. This is what I've been doing for years. Can you tell us about how enterprise fixed management helps, and which scan technology is right for you? Scan technology is right for you? That's, I do not know. Netherlands has those services. China has a population in 1 year. I have screenshot. Again, China, again, how do I know, right? Like, there is a very good question. How do I know China is in population decline? Very good question, like a very genuine question. Very simply, look at what their politicians are doing. CCP. And if CCP goes from one child policy because we are retarded to, hey, please have 3 children so at least we have survived in the future, and they're like all dead. So that's how you know. So now let's talk about some interesting facts about this book. Now the telling point is from self-sabotage into self-mastery, and everything I talk about, every self-study book that I'm doing, more or less all of them are reaching to the same point. It's not about what happens to you, it's how you react. Now this book resonated with me in certain aspect because this is like my overthinking. That is my worst bane, so to say. But then this is the first time I realized the overthinking is not freaking overthinking. There is no such thing as overthinking. There is mal thinking, or you cannot think properly. That's what you are happening. For example, if I do not know how many of you are old enough to remember basically CDs. If the travel access mode, it will keep playing one track again and again. A track, if it was a VCD, it will only play one frame. It will it will keep doing. It will not play forward. That's what overthinking is. You're not thinking through Like you are not, it feels like, oh, I'm thinking through. No, no, you're always thinking to a point and you're rewinding, thinking to that point, rewinding. This is the point, this is the bad thing that you're worried about, and all your thinking is leading to this. So it's not thinking, it's mal thinking, mal adapted. And this book was like the first time I thought that way about it. It was like, whoa. That was like biggest like, whoa, wait a minute. What do you mean overthinking is not overthinking? It's about a freaking malfunction. It's a glitch. It's a like, you know, and again, once you actually open things about some other things, it was like, damn. Now, I do have to say, again, knock on wood, last 4 years of my life was very challenging. And again, I have a expectation next few years will be maybe even more challenging. But it's all about, you know, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. This is why certain things I've been doing to do things to help me improve. For example, why I'm reading books. Do I expect to become like magical person after a week? No. But do I expect to be better Anupam Vipul than I was a year ago? Absolutely. Why do I took credit card out? Again, Anupam Vipul that does not know how credit card works versus Anupam Vipul who knows how credit card works. I'll take Anupam Vipul that knows how credit card works. You see, like life is about this sort of decisions where every decision. Oh, this was one line. I don't think I will be able to find it that precisely, but it was like, hold on. It was a very amazing line. God damn it. It was a very amazing line. Hold on. Emotions are temporary, but behaviors are permanent. So no matter how I am feeling about things, that does not matter. Anupam Vipul's behavior has to become better. So basically that Anupam Vipul today, again, it would have been better if Anupam Vipul was like, okay, Anupam Vipul, you have a light, you need a tripod plate, model it right now. That did not happen. Okay, that's a problem. Again, overthinking, I would have been stuck with that. It's like, oh, I ordered it, now should I order it from Flipkart and try this and that. But Anupam Vipul, at least, again, this is what I have been building towards, is that today was my, my thinking was not stuck. I moved through. Okay, it did not work. I tried it again. It did not work. What's next? Okay, model it. I modeled it today. Ta-da, it's working. So that's what I want. Like my habits to become such a that way that when life bitch slaps me again next time in the future, I'm like, vagina. Okay, give me time to recalibrate, let the emotion go through you, have the pain, the impact of it to like truly absorb it, and then it's like, okay, let's get back to work. So that's the aim of me, where it's like, okay, brick by brick, day by day, improve little by little. And again, my habit has reached a point where I can buy a book and read it. Now, am I absorbing 100% of it? Hell no. Maybe 10%. But would I take that 10% over zero? Absolutely. And again, this book had like certain things that were just like very on the nose, on what exactly I needed to hear, so to say. So, like again, same way I talked about, I needed to hear that what Naman Gandhi said in Delhi to me, where it's like, I'm not why I'm like, oh, I do not want to work with startup. It's like, bro, I'm only 32. He's like, oh, I'm 32 to like, I'm only 32. So that was happened because again, he put it in words where it was contextual to me, where it's like, it's not that I am tired, it's simply because I've been burnt by this freaking case that has been going on for freaking 4 years now. And again, the High Court has not even activated the case. They have filed it. It's going to take a time to activate it. It's like boringly tedious. So, so it's one of those things where it's like, I needed to. And that's what I'm keep pursuing. Basically, to make my habit such a way where it's like Anupam Vipul gets into a bad situation, he just solves through it. Like at the zoom out and you're like, oh, he had a problem, he had a bad thing, boom, 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 he solved through it. No more discussion. I cannot have time to think about what to do. It's like it has to be a habit. Like how soldiers have like so much training. It's like something bad happens, they're like, they do not even react to it because they are so well trained. It's like, I got this. I'm gonna do this. Same way with pilots. You do not have luxury of like, oh, what if this and that. No, you do not have luxury. Solve it. Like that's one of those things. It's not limited to it's about basic lifestyle. Again, for me, that hypocrisy was like really brutal. Like at certain point, it's just like pissing on the customer's face. That really pissed me off. So that's why I'm like, I'm out. Is stop overthinking. It's a paradox. No, that's why read things. It does help you. Like if you're watching so much of like let's say this, it is overstimulating you anyway. So this allows you to slow down. So some things you appreciate things when you are in good position. version. Like there is a music track. I was watching Carl Sagan, no, Carl Sagan TV show. What was that? Curiosity, I think. Yeah, Curiosity season 2, I think. In that they were talking about Voyager, not Voyager, something like that. Some craft that had to go, you know, in that, what you say, Jupiter, I think, something in Jupiter, and they had a music playing, and it was like, you know, they had to give a command that dive deep into Jupiter so you will be destroyed, and they played that music, and I was like moved. I was like, damn, this music is good, and I was like, holy damn, like damn. And again, I was in a good place, and that music was just like, ooh. And that was like, I rarely do my WhatsApp status, and I like sometimes you just write. And one of my friend is like, bro, you good? You good, bro? Everything good? It's like, what the hell happened? So it's one of those things. So in India, special service is legal, but not to completely. It's hard to get a good service here. Again, see, if I do not want to worry about it. That's the whole point. I do not want to worry about it. I think next candidate against Modi is Dhruv Radhi. That's funny. Most important 5 things you need to make a distance from. Your point? Eh? Distance from? I do not understand distance from what. Personal experience, overthinking is a luxury. Yeah, that's also another point. If you are really busy, ain't nobody got time for that. Like, you know, you just push through it. I read to read and study basic maths and physics, not in impressed by, but to understand world better and how nature works. That's the whole point. It's basically we are not trying to become superior to others. We are trying to become superior to our yesterday version. Basically, my aim is the Anupam Vipul that is right now. Let's say Anupam Vipul in 2025 versus Anupam Vipul in 2020. I want this Anupam Vipul to kick that Anupam Vipul's ass. And again, I want the same thing happening in Anupam Vipul 2035. Where it's like, dude, this Anupam Vipul of 2025 was an idiot. That's what I want. Sorry, but what about with scam technology? Also get country, businesses, organization, enterprise, risk management department. So would you still fail? I am not getting like what you're trying to communicate here. Czech Republic is the best place for such services. Bro, you guys are more worried about me, me than I am worried about myself. Don't worry about it. I will not get married, nothing can happen to me. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's just that betrayal can, like, this is one thing. Like, what is the difference between heartbreak and betrayal? Now, let's say you got a dog, right? Everything is awesome, everything is nice and dandy, and you like 5-6 years goes by, and then a car hits the dog. Now you are in pain, dog dies, and you are broken, hurt. Like, you will be in absolute pain, and nobody will tell you like, oh, nothing is no big deal. No, it's pain. But here's the deal. Would you, at that point in time, take a time machine? Would you go back to your younger self and say, please don't get this dog, it will hurt when he died? No, it will hurt like hell, but you will never wish it that it did not happen. That's the heartbreak part. Sad thing will happen, but you'll be like, you know, you'll be like glad that it happened. Now, betrayal, like getting married, that's a betrayal thing. At that point in time, wish I had a time machine, and then you will desperately lie to yourself. It's like, I really hope that like, you know, this was worth it because I'm raising someone else's child. I'm like, you will desperately, and that's betrayal. So you cannot safeguard yourself from heartbreak, and you should not even try to, because again, that also means you are limiting the joy of life. So that's good. That, like, you know, heartbreaks are a natural part of it. You love something, you know, there will be good days, there will be bad days, and there will be tragedy. That's normal. That's okay. Betrayal, especially from someone so close to you, that does not hurt you. That destroys you. That destroys a part of you. So again, people can brute force stupidity on themselves, like, no, I'm going to do it again, it will be better. But it's like, at some point, it's just like, how many times you can lie to yourself? The $6 million mentioned by DeepSeek was just a pre-training run. Total spending is around bruh. Just like point. Watching comedy kills my overthinking and negative emotions. You can try. No, you are not solving it. You are suppressing it. This was another aspect of this topic. Like, they specify the reason why you cannot take care of your emotion is you are trying to suppress it, not solve it. Basically, if something bad happens, right? Let's say, why are you angry? Because something, in your opinion, that does not matter whether it's absolutely true or not. In your opinion, injustice was done. That injustice is causing you grief. You have to feel it. You have to let it go through you. You have to accept it. Your feelings are valid. only then you can recover through it. Now you can suppress it, we all do. You can keep going YOLO on porn, you can keep masturbating, you can keep scrolling reels, you can keep watching TV shows again and again and again. I knew one friend who kept watching, watch TV show, Soprano, I think, kept watching again and again and again. I also used to watch it, and then one time I woke up, it's like, what the hell am I doing with my life? So it's one of those things, you have to solve those things where it's like, okay, something bad happened, how do I solve it, how do I recover through it? Like, don't wish it was easy, wish you were better. That's the same point. That's why I do not use that as a crux. Anupam Ipul, younger Anupam, I used to do that. I used to watch Big Bang Theory, I used to watch Friends, used to watch Smallville, used to watch so many of them. Now I'm like, brah, like it has that became a way of killing time. That's like really messed up thing to do. It's like, oh, what are you doing? I'm killing time. It's like, what the hell? So it does require distance from meaning, avoid not doing like that. I'm getting that. Not a single woman in your comment section. I understand your divorce, yes, but what will happen? Run away from the country. Again, I'm not planning to run away. It's not like, oh, I have like somebody is ready. It's like, come here, I'm gonna give you permanent citizenship. It's not there. I do not know how will I react. Again, if I claim anything, that would be fallacy. I do not know what will happen. I do not know. Flat out, I do not know what will happen. So let my future version worry about it. And again, many people do. Would you gonna say, oh, and many married people go? Most of the married people go. So then what you gonna say? Then what you gonna say is like, it's not running away. It's like, it's your life, your decision. You can choose whether you stay here or leave. It's your life, your decision. And again, that's the whole point of not being born in North Korea. I really prefer as a live stream, even downloaded it in an MP3 version, very important audio in my collection. I used to do that with the podcast and all that. I used to do that. What's your opinion on piracy? Do you hate it or do you understand it about the people who have indulged in piracy? It's like, I do understand certain point. It's like, don't let it become the only thing you do. Like, you do have to feed some money back, Like, at certain point, I understand poverty. At some point, it's like, bro, you have to, in recent news, man, why overpaying alimony? Yeah, that's one way of doing it. I vote for any party who talks about men's right. I think that will never happen in India. It will never happen anywhere until they all are put in black clothes. Please explain the difference between Indian family law and European family. It's the same thing. Only difference is they allow divorces. I really don't like Indian stand-up comedian scene, mostly engineering stories, parents, and some same old topics. Again, you do not have to like it. Like, you try it, you do not like it, you move on to something else. There's a career destroyed. Now she can't get married because everyone's seen her face now, thanks to the meme community. You can talk about Cassini probe, which burnt it aside. Yeah, I think. Yeah, maybe. But how am I going to prove that your husband is not good? Again, it's her word. Her word is God, and no problem. Chill, bro. You will be okay. Yeah, that's also another point. So, again, it's like that part I really have to truly accept, where it's like, I can't wish for things to be easier. I have to wish for things to be better. Like, another aspect is when I went to Delhi this time, my health was bad, and I was so stupid. I did not pack up Disprin or electrolyte. Basically, small things that people generally do. So whenever your body gets shocks through, traveling, you can recover quickly. I did not. But then what did I do? I bitch about it? No. I realized it's a problem. Solution is get your ass off to the ground, walk to the nearest pharmacy, get the drugs, and done. That solved the problem. So, flat out. Do you like sweets? Used to. But I'm trying to let go of sweets. So, now one of my friend got diabetes. I'm now scared. So, it's like. Yeah, another aspect is, it's not whether you feel like putting in the work, but whether you do it regardless. And to put in a very simple, essence, very simple essence is just like, I thought about going to gym. Does not matter. Did you actually went to the gym? For example, I thought about reading books. Did I actually read the goddamn book? That's the only thing matters. It's like, I thought about 3D printing. Did I actually 3D print it? So you see, that's how it matters. Like, at the end of the day, it's all about you. from your point of view, where like you have to take care of it, you have to take actions. Basically it's like, oh, I think I should let go of smoking. Did you do it? Did you do it? Did you diverted the money into something productive? Did you do it or not? That's up to you. If you want to change the relationship, see again, I do not want to change simply because there is a very good chance that will go in so bad in, like it's pendulum swing, where it's like, it went full retard in this way and then it will go full retard in that way. I'm like, it's just I lost interest at that point in time. It's like another aspect is like, if you have to constrain someone in order to for them to be what you call honorable, they're not honorable people. It's like at that point in time, it's not worth it. It's like, it's like, do you like the idea of sleeping in your house with your one eye open? It's like, it's not worth it. I do not enjoy that. It's like at that point in time, it's like me alone good. I don't know. That's the whole thing. And another very critical aspect that also talked to her, making big sweeping changes is not difficult because we are flawed, incomplete beings. It's difficult because we are not meant to live outside of our comfort zone. Now, what does that mean? Like everybody's like, get out of your comfort zone. No, you're supposed to expand your comfort zone. For example, Anupam Vipul before 1 year did not had the idea like in the morning when I'm drinking tea, read some paper. I expanded my comfort zone where the books slowly started to come in. Now I was like, I can do it now. You see? Expand the comfort zone. That's why everybody will tell you, do it brick by brick, day by day. And that's how you become better. If you're directly trying, oh, today I'm going to wake up, today I'm going to buy a book and I'm going to finish reading it. I could do one book, but 2-3 books, likelihood is zero. So, but again, I do changes now. I know for a fact that I'm going to read far more books this year also. So, it's one of those. I sometimes watch Family Guy. It makes me feel better. Again, see, if you are needing that sort of release, you may have some deeper mess to sort out. You may have some blah 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 going on that you want to untangle. Dude, how many times I have to tell the Trump is trumpet guy? Assume Trump is trumpet. He was taking care of the war in one day. What happened? It's one of those things. Like you have to understand that he is a showman first. He's a showman first, but very capable politician now. It's like this time he's like, damn, he's moving his eyes. It's like, damn. I respect it. I respect him. Like, damn, he's moving it. Why people still believe in overpopulation and denies population collapse? Also, people like see, people deny. Again, most people do not have time, mind, energy, or they never evolved in their life where they are like, oh, what do you mean? I have to listen to something and then process it. Most people are like, listen and regurgitate. Oh, I like this guy. I listen to whatever he says and I regurgitate it. It takes a lot of effort to reach a point where it's like, no, I listen to him, I process, then I give out. Like, for example, even to friends that I have, they can tell me things that I'm like, not like, that's not aligned with me. But I'm like, cool, bro, no problem, cool, bro. Like, I take the good from you, I do not take the bad from you. That's the whole point. And that, you would be shocked how few people do that. Like, very shocked how few people do that. Most people are just like what they call NPC. I know it's derogatory, but you would be shocked how many people are that, in life. Sanjay Kumar, you have donated 11 rupees. Thanks for saving my life. Want to touch your feet. Okay, you are applying too much butter and you also are trying to write too long. Beam does not transmit that many. I should figure out what is the character limit. The last word is S. That did not give. Apathy and indifference towards society and culture will be the best virtue you would have as a man in 2025. I made small donation. Thank you. Yeah, that's the whole point. It's like world is world is not asking to be judged by me. So why should I worry about it? It's like, bro, it's like, am I getting paid? Like that's how I'm simplifying everything now. Am I getting something valuable out of this? Yes or no? Like I used to watch a lot of Jordan Peterson. Now, am I getting valuable out of it? Absolutely. There are a lot of good things he says, but then he goes full retard and he's like, you should get married. I'm like, fuck you. I just delete that point. No problem. But does that mean I will never recommend him? No, hell no. I will say, like, if you are really stuck in hell, try him. Like, again, same way people asking me is like, hey, should I try therapy and all that? Go YOLO on it. Go YOLO on it. If you are really in mess, again, it's not about getting easy, it's about getting better. And that's what it means. Getting better meaning you have a problem, solve it. Like, again, you have to understand, modern times have created a sort of lullaby where problems have seen as like, oh, you are stuck in life because you have depression. It's like, what does that mean? It does not mean anything. There is no, what you call, um, wisdom in that. It's like, you have a problem, solve it. There is no way around it. It's like, oh, I have this ADHD, oh, I have this, oh, I have that. It's like, does not mean a jack shit. Does not mean anything. Push through it. You have a problem, solve it. I have hundreds of problems. I have a freaking court case kind of problem. I have high court case kind of problem. Okay, I have a slip disc, my man. So I have more than enough problem. Okay, more than enough. Very long list. But it's like, does not matter. It's like, I have to push through. I have to solve it. Do my best, brick by brick, and do my try to improve brick by brick. The end. There is nothing more, nothing less. So, oops, my last message got, I don't think anybody is actively redacting it unless YouTube itself is trying to do that. Nuclear and rocket makes sense if they make a diameter bigger. No, it's already very big. Right now, practically, it's very big. Men don't even want to listen to anything against their well, even with mothers. Like, you see, it's like whatever they are, it's what they are. You let it go. You do not blame a snake for biting you. It's like, it's a snake. What did you expect? It's like, it's like, it's a very good way of saying, it's like, remove all the laws, how they are then. That's what is the absolute part. Like, trust. That's what is the foundation of trust. You cannot be like, oh, there is so many laws that's going to punish you if you F up. No, that means you do not trust it. Like, fundamentally. Give on silicon carbide battery lifespan, especially. I have already done that. Silicon carbon battery. I've already done that. Person was not a good mental state when his wife cancer treatment was going. He did some overdose of med and was some kind of coma. China next superpower, your opinion? No, China is already going downhill. Why? Because again, they are running out of the one of the largest resource they had, which was their population, and they collapsed it. They willingly collapsed it. That was the stupid part of it. They willingly did a one-child policy without, and trust me, there were what you call, snake is less dangerous. Again, it's up to you. If like listen to him, you would have understand. Again, I do not care. See, I'm not responsible for every single person who is talking about everything. I cannot take care of that, and I know what he is talked about. It's like, cool, if that resonates with you, go YOLO on it. He's not saying anything for me that it's like, oh, it's a new thing. I was like, bro, been there, done that. Like, I have been doing the same thing for, holy damn, I'm old, 10 years. So for me, it's like, oh, you should listen to me. It's like, bro, I was there before it was cool. Let me repeat it. I was there before it was cool. So many times I do not go like, oh, you should do this. Like, bro, I was there. I was there before it was cool. Many things I've done that. And again, that does come with the fact of age. That's like, you will, when you also get old, you'll be like, bro, I was there before it was cool. Like, there is some movie na, where it's like, don't quote me the rules. I was there when it was written. I was like, damn. So, just the dark side of being married. See, people will not, Ankit Singh, what you are expecting, people will not, because people are thinking with the brain downstairs. So nature is killing them. So do not interfere with nature's work. Don't blame the fire to burn you. Contrary, why would you divide about nature of fire? Proud to be misogynist. It's not about being misogynist or anything like that. It's just letting it go. The ideal state is a monk state where you're just like, I do not care. It's like, your life, do whatever you want. I do not interact with it. It's like, I don't care. Is it possible to autocracy country to become superpower, good fertility? I do not know. I have not seen it. 150 countries have failed. The only country that has any thing that is working good is Israel. But again, it's way too tiny. Commercially extractable minerals oil has been found in Australia, yet government is not taking action to lift it, and makes me wonder what is incompetent bureaucracy have gone in our country. Because it's like, wow, it's like first time you are reading Indian bureaucracy. Is a grifter. It's like, so after China, India became rich and powerful. He's older than you, my friend. Bro, that's not how it works. I'm saying how you are saying it. I was there, meaning before this sort of things are happening. Again, even on my channel right now, people are saying, 6 years ago, I've been saying the same thing. So that's what I say when I'm saying I've been there. It's like, oh, it's like he has the new topics and new thought processes. I'm like, bro, I was there. What does that mean? That simply means Anupam Vipul of 20 years old also knew about that. I'm trying to make Iron Man exoskeleton. Good luck. You watch Altered Carbon show. It's good. I watched it. Season one was interesting. Season two was like, eh. Except Bihar, UP, Jharkhand, all other states have lower fertility. Hope those join others soon. It's a train kind of thing where it moves through, and you have to understand the signal is here, and you are looking at the signal. It's like, is the train before or after? It's like first locomotive, first coach, second coach, third coach. So it takes time. Being old is a curse in today's society, which has no care. I have being nursing home, seeing old suffer. Again, you can poof your life when you are reaching a point where it's like, no, I am becoming dependent. There is a long time before you are becoming dependent on someone else, and work your ass off in such a way that you cannot be crippled, meaning like basically increase your risk as you get older. Keep increasing your risk, because again, you don't have much to worry about at that point in time. You guys are looking for a solution internet, trying to reduce testosterone, trying to tested methods, diets and lifestyle. See, I do not ever hold anyone in contempt or anyone in like bad faith if they are trying to change their life. Change is the only guarantee in this life. If you're trying to change it, again, that process itself can unlock other things. Like the first book I read was like, this Psychology of Money. Does that mean like now I'm a millionaire? Hell no. Does that mean now I can read books? Yes. That's the whole point. The process of change itself is that one. As a single man who don't intend to get married, do you think India is a good country to thrive as a single man, or Japan or Europe? See, all are same. All are more or less same. The only thing is legal services. Other than that, almost nothing is different. I know how bitter truth that why I am not happy feels life meaningless. That's your fault. That's your fault. If that happens to you, that means you have never built your life outside. Like, you have not actually built your life. You were stuck in that delusion where it's like somebody else will provide your life meaning. That's your fault. You have to fix it. So can you explain synchronous motor? Those rotor and stator both rotate in order to stay without VFD? No, that's not what synchronous is. Stator is always static. That's why it's called stator. You do not have both of them spinning. And what do you mean by synchronous? Synchronous simply means there is no slip. Induction motor has slip. So basically you have 50 hertz. The where magnetic line would be, like basically magnetic line, the rotor of an induction motor will always be lagging behind. They'll always be lagging behind. But when you are talking about synchronous, if magnetic line is here, rotor would be here. Let's say north pole of rotor would be literally aligned to it all the time. But it does require magnets or electromagnet at the core. Otherwise, you cannot achieve synchronous operation. There is no slip. It's not like both rotor and stator are spinning, man. How would you send power to it? Allow me to drink some water. Your boy needs to drink some water. Nowadays, I'm learning about low latency programming. That's a good skill to us. 6 years ago, December is not this warm. Yet, yeah, December is cold. Comparing coming years, December, I'm afraid coming summers. Anyway, for me, you are a YouTuber like he is so. I'm Watchman. Eh? So I'm Watchman. I do not know what you say. See, things that are outside of your control, you have to figure out how to handle it. Again, like midway, like when I had to travel for first court case, first few times I was so angry, my anger pushed me through, but then my anger subsided, and then I started getting bad headaches. Then I realized, okay, I was not drinking water because I did not want to stop the vehicle and pee. So I was like, no, I will stop the vehicle and pee. So I started drinking water. It solved one issue. Then another issue is like I'm still getting headaches. Then it's like, okay, I'm not eating anything. So then I started buying Snickers and went there and ate something. And then it's like, okay, these things I have to do in order to manage it. Same thing you have to do. It's like, okay, summer is causing you issue. Okay, what can you do to solve it? Like let's say you have a tent, place where you are staying at that tin. You can put another tin with like a 1 feet gap and then have enough vents in there, so that acts as a double roof, reducing the temperature. Again, will it solve all the problem? No. But will it be better than not doing anything? Absolutely. That's the whole point. Bit better than the last. Do you live in a town or a proper city? No, it's middle of nowhere. It does have some more than enough amenities, but not legal services. Anyway, it's been very interesting. So again, I would urge all of you, please read any book, any chapter, any language, any YOLOs. It's a really helpful thing to do. And again, if you need motivation, think in this way: every rich person reads it. Again, does not mean you will become rich, but improves your odds. And again, if you have nothing else better going on, try to do it. So no airport, railway station. No, no, no. We do have airport and railway station, dude. India has way to, right now railway and airport, even airport, because DRDO is building a lot of military airports that they are converting into civilian, which they can overtake at the time of war. So we are getting a lot of airports. Like 600 was added. Again, these are small airports. They do not have like service to everywhere, but things are going. No one can tell what DeepSeek, how we can understand why NVIDIA shares fab. It's like Precision was somewhere in Jinzi Guy podcast with us. It's like, bro, why are you so hell bent on making me watch something that I'm not interested in? Tell me that. That part I really want to understand. It's like why your life revolves around, please watch this because I'm telling it. It's like, bro, you told me once, I said I'm not interested. The end. End it. End it. It's like, you have to watch this, you have to do this. Like, no. No. It's like you suggested, done. The end. You suggested one, done. Leave. And again, that's why I keep saying every time, only give advice when people ask it. So anyway, it was a very nice live stream. Bit fewer people, but again, book streams generally do like that. But anyway, I will see you guys next week, hopefully. Bye.